लिंक भेजो ग्रुप में, लिंक तुम मेरे पास भेजो ना, उसको लिंक मेरे मैं तुरंत ग्रुप में भेज दूँ
कि यदि स्याही बनाई जाए
महिला डायरेक्ट भेज दो, मैं डायरेक्ट में भेज दो इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस
और पूरे विश्व के कागज को इकट्ठा किया जाए, मैं सच कहता हूं सर की इतनी तारीफ है कि स्याही और कागज दोनों कम पड़ जाएंगे।
नीचे झुक जाओ।
आप फार्मेसी विधा के भीष्म पितामह हैं। ईश्वर से प्रार्थना है कि मेरी उम्र भी आपको लग जाए और आप स्वस्थ जीवन इतना लंबा जिए कि इस मैनकाइंड की सेवा और अधिक आप कर सकें। आप मैनकाइंड की इस विधा की सेवा कर रहे हैं क्योंकि जो जो चीजें आपने स्वयं या अपने छात्रों से डेवलप कराई हैं वे बहुतों का जीवन बचाने में कारगर हुई हैं। आज इस विद्यालय के मुख्य संस्थापक बाबू चंद्रशेखर जी की द्वितीय पुण्यतिथि है और देश विदेश से पधारे सभी विद्वान वैज्ञानिकों द्वारा आपको आधुनिक साइंस का ज्ञान परसा जाएगा। इस ज्ञान के सरोवर में आप स्नान कर लें, आप धन्य हो जाएंगे। सबसे बड़ी आवश्यकता बच्चों के लिए मैं यहां बोलना चाहूंगा कि सेमिनार के बाद आप स्पीकर से इंटरैक्ट जरूर करिए। आप अपने जितने भी भ्रम हैं उन सारे भ्रमों का सत्यापन और उनका उस पर डिस्कशन जरूर करिए। सेमिनार के खत्म होने के बाद मैं पर्सनली आपके साथ एक इंटरेक्शन करूंगा जिसमें किसी भी विद्यार्थी को, किसी भी व्यक्ति को फार्मेसी से संबंधित कुछ भी ज्ञान चाहिए वो मेरी एक्सपर्ट टीम के द्वारा दिया जाएगा। ये आज के सेमिनार का एडिट बेनिफिट है जो आपको पहले नहीं बताया गया। सेमिनार खत्म होने के बाद जो लोग जो जितना भी प्रश्नोत्तर फार्मेसी से संबंधित विधा में, चाहे इंडस्ट्री हो, चाहे रिसर्च हो, चाहे कुछ भी हो, जो इस विधा में अपने मन के जो भी सवाल हैं उन सवालों को जरूर पूछिए, जरूर इंटरैक्ट करिए। ये ज्ञान बढ़ाने का सेमिनार है, वो हमारा प्राइम फोकस होना चाहिए, वो हमारी पहली आवश्यकता होनी चाहिए। बाकी चीजें तो फिर अपने आप ही मिल जाएंगी। इस सेमिनार में पधारे हुए हमारे विभिन्न गेस्ट प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर रजनीकांत, प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर वी रविचंद्रन,
बहुत जरूरी है।
डॉक्टर संगीता सिंह, डॉक्टर रविराज, डॉक्टर आनंद कुमार, मिस्टर विशाल, इन सभी लोगों का मैं तहे दिल से स्वागत करता हूं, जिन्होंने अपना कीमती समय निकालकर हमारे इस आयोजन की शोभा बढ़ाई है। सर, आपके बगैर ये आयोजन संभव नहीं था। मैं आपके द्वारा दी गई इस आयोजन के लिए जो समय आपने दिया है, मैं कृतज्ञ हूं, दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं। थैंक यू वेरी मच सर। बाबू स्वर्गीय चंद्रशेखर जी के ज्येष्ठ पुत्र प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर पूर्व निदेशक आयुर्वेद उत्तर प्रदेश श्री सत्यनारायण सिंह जी हमारे साथ हैं। सर, धन्यवाद करता हूं, आपका हृदय से आभारी हूं। बगैर के और बगैर आपकी लगन के इस जगह हम नहीं बैठ पाते। आज हम इस जगह जो बैठे हैं, मालती ने पहले भी बताया कि 10 दिन में हमने कैसे इस सेमिनार हॉल को कंप्लीट किया। ये सर सिर्फ आपके द्वारा ही संभव है। हम लोग उतनी क्षमता और उतनी शक्ति तो नहीं रखते हैं। धन्यवाद सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सर। इस प्रोग्राम को मूर्त रूप देने के लिए इसको फलीभूत करने के लिए मैं मालती का धन्यवाद देता हूं, जिसने ना तो दिन देखा और ना रात देखी। इसकी टीम, खासतौर से बच्चे इतने सशक्त हैं। I am very thankful to all those teams whose hard work has given the desired ripened fruits. मैं तो एक मौन दर्शक था व्यवस्था का। जो कार्यकर्ता हैं वे धन्यवाद के पात्र हैं। बच्चों ने एक बहुत अच्छा डांस प्रस्तुत किया, जिसमें कुछ इवोल्यूशन ऑफ लाइफ के विषय में उन्होंने बताया। It was astonishing. It was excellent. They performed it very good. शायद ऐसे और भी कुछ मनोरंजक कार्यक्रम अभी आगे इसमें होंगे व्यवस्था में। तो आप लोग पूरा उसका आनंद लीजिए। आज हेल्थ पे कॉन्फ्रेंस है। आज के सभी लोगों के लिए एक मन है कि हम 4-5 मिनट का कुछ
उस पे ले जाइए,
आपको दे दें जो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट होगा शायद।
प्ले करके
क्षमा करें मैं कुछ ज्यादा समय ले रहा हूं आप लोगों का, परंतु ऐसा लग रहा है कि कुछ बात जरूर बोल दूं।
या तो उधर कर देंगे तो यहाँ से उठाइए और उधर डाल दीजिए।
फार्मेसी के सभी विद्यार्थी जानते हैं और इसको समझ भी लेंगे, जरूरत है इम्प्लीमेंटेशन की।
कर्सर उधर जाए,
एक हार्मोन होता है, पढ़ाऊंगा नहीं, पूरा नहीं पढ़ाऊंगा, मत डरो, कुछ लोग डरने लगे। एक हार्मोन होता है सेरोटोनिन, वो जब हम सूर्य की सबसे पहली रोशनी देखते हैं और जब वो इंफ्रारेड रेज हमारी आंखों में जाती हैं तब रेटिना में सेरोटोनिन का सिंथेसिस शुरू होता है। Although it is only to the extent of 10%, 90% of the serotonin is synthesized in the gut. However, this serotonin is very important. It is converted into the melatonin, which is a sleep hormone. And if serotonin is not there, then melatonin will not be there. पीछे बच्चे जो हैं हल्ला नहीं मचाएं, बहुत 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 अच्छी बात बोल रहा हूं, थोड़ा सुन लें, है ना? डोंट मेक एनी अरेंजमेंट राइट नाउ, जस्ट बी काम एंड क्वाइट, ट्राई टू लिसन मी, अदरवाइज वहीं आके पढ़ाने लगूंगा पूरा। हाँ, पर पूरा पढ़ा के जाऊंगा। तो निवेदन है, निवेदन एक ही है, सवेरे की सूर्य की रोशनी जरूर देखें आप लोग। सवेरे की सूर्य की रोशनी देखेंगे तो आपकी गट हेल्थ अच्छी होगी, आपका इम्यून सिस्टम अच्छा होगा, आपका स्लीप साइकिल अच्छा होगा। दूसरी इंपॉर्टेंट बात, अभी जब इवोल्यूशन ऑफ वो देख रहे थे हम लाइफ, तो हमने महादेव की तीसरी आंख देखी। इट इज एक्चुअली देयर, you also have a third eye, and that third eye is the pineal gland, and that pineal gland, it is responsible for the synthesis of the melatonin from the serotonin, responsible for the sleep cycle. मेलाटोनिन जो है पीनियल ग्लैंड को कब रिलीज करना है ये उसे पता है। पीनियल ग्लैंड को पता है कि मेलाटोनिन कब देना है, और जब आप 1 घंटे पहले अंधेरे में रहते हैं तब पीनियल ग्लैंड मेलाटोनिन रिलीज करता है। पीनियल ग्लैंड व्हाइट लाइट को पहचानती है, पीनियल ग्लैंड मोबाइल की लाइट को पहचानती है, और यदि आप रात को सोते समय आखिरी तक मोबाइल देखेंगे तो पीनियल ग्लैंड सोचेगा कि अभी हमको मेलाटोनिन रिलीज नहीं करना है, अभी रात नहीं हुई है, थर्ड आई उसको जान ली है, आपका मेलाटोनिन रिलीज नहीं होगा, आपका स्लीप बिगड़ जाएगा, आपकी स्लीप साइकिल बिगड़ जाएगी। मेलाटोनिन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर इम्यून सिस्टम ऑल्सो, आपका इम्यून सिस्टम बदल जाएगा। तो दूसरा इंपॉर्टेंट मैसेज, रात को सोने के 1 घंटे पहले मोबाइल को दूर कर दें। डोंट सी इट, फॉरगेट अबाउट इट। तो 2 मैसेज मैंने आप लोगों को दिए हैं। पहला मैसेज सूर्य की रोशनी देखिए, और दूसरा मैसेज जो है रात को मोबाइल छोड़ दीजिए। इस बात को पहले कहा जाता था, अर्ली टू बेड अर्ली टू राइज मेक ए मैन हेल्दी वेल्दी एंड वाइज। इस व्यवस्था को बनाए रखिए। थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you so much, sir. A special note of gratitude it deserves Group of Director of Chandra Shekhar Singh Group of Institution, Professor Dr. S.N. Singh sir, whose take first mentorship and guiding system have been ensuring the continual succession. Please welcome sir.
मंचा सिंह, आज के मुख्य अतिथि प्रोफेसर ए.के. जैन जी, गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर प्रोफेसर रविचंद्रन एवं प्रोफेसर रजनीकांत, देश विदेश से आए हुए समस्त अतिथिगण, फार्मेसी कॉलेज के प्रिंसिपल प्रोफेसर एस.के. गुप्ता जी और इस कार्यक्रम की ऑर्गेनाइज कर रहे प्रोफेसर मालती आर्या, प्रिय छात्र एवं छात्रों, आज का दूसरा सेकेंड इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार हो रहा है। जैसा कि आप सभी को पता है कि बाबूजी की पुण्यतिथि भी है, दूसरी है, और हमने गत वर्ष निर्णय लिया था कि प्रत्येक वर्ष हम इस दिन को इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार का आयोजन करेंगे। महाविद्यालय के प्रिंसिपल प्रोफेसर गुप्ता जी ने बताया कि आपके गुरुजी यहाँ पर आए हैं, मुझे भी आपसे मिलने का सौभाग्य हुआ। गुप्ता जी मेरे बड़े भाई हैं, तो आप भी मेरे गुरु हुए। मैं इस मन से आपका संस्थान की तरफ से और पूरे ग्रुप की तरफ से आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है। अगर प्रिंसिपल साहब के गुरु जी यहाँ पर बैठे हैं तो इससे अंदाजा आप लगा सकते हैं कि कम से कम यहाँ पर 4 या 5 पीढ़ी हैं जो गुरु शिष्य परंपरा का निर्वहन कर रहे हैं। और आयुर्वेद में बताया गया है बुद्धि विवर्धना में, अगर बुद्धि को तेज करना है, ज्ञान को बढ़ाना है, तो आपको संभाषा परिषद, जिसे आप सेमिनार के रूप में कह रहे हैं, इसका होना बहुत आवश्यक है। मैं इस मन से कहना चाहता हूँ, जो छात्र पीछे बात करते हैं आपस में, ये सेमिनार 1 साल में 1 बार कराई जाती है। जैसा कि गुप्ता जी ने बताया कि देश विदेश से आए हैं, और मैं फिर इस मन से कह रहा हूँ कि 0.1% बल्कि 0.01% ही है जो अपने लाइफ में अपने फील्ड में सफल होंगे। बाकी आप जिंदगी भर ऐसे ही बात करते रहेंगे। जब आपको ये नहीं पता है कि आपके पास कौन आया है, कितनी मेहनत से आया है, जो ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमेटी है कितनी मेहनत से जो स्पीकर से बुलाए हैं, और यहीं से आपका डिसिप्लिन भी शो होता है कि आप कितने डिसिप्लिन में, चाहे इस कॉलेज के हों या बाहर के हों। अगर आप ज्ञान देने आए हैं तो आपको धैर्य से बातें सुनना चाहिए, क्योंकि आपके लाइफ में एक छोटा सा सेंटेंस भी आपकी लाइफ को चेंज कर सकता है। मैं ये नहीं कहता कि सारी चीज़ों को याद रखने के लिए, लेकिन एक छोटा सा सेंटेंस भी आपकी लाइफ को, आपके लाइफ को बदल सकता है, या आपके जीवन की सफलता में बहुत बड़ा रोल अहम कर सकता है। तो आज के सेमिनार में जितने भी हमारे वक्ता आए हैं, स्पीकर्स आए हैं, मैं उन सभी का भी इस मन से संस्थान की तरफ से हार्दिक स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन करता हूं, और आशा करता हूं कि जो छात्र यहाँ आए हैं उनको अपनी समस्याओं का या फार्मा इंडस्ट्री के बारे में जो भी जानना चाहते हैं उन्हें इसका लाभ जरूर मिलेगा। लेकिन उसके पहले मैं अपने वाणी को विराम दूं, एक छोटी सी कहानी के साथ खत्म करूंगा जो आपको सोचने के लिए है। एक घर में एक सास, बहू और उसका लड़का था। टॉयलेट की जो नाली होती है वो जाम हो गया। जब जाम हो गया तो उन्होंने टॉयलेट क्लीनर साफ करने वाले को बुलाया और उसने सफाई कर दिया। तो उसने चार्जेस बताए 500 रुपये। बहू ने कहा कि अरे 500 रुपये, हम लोग तो सरकारी नौकर हैं, 10 मिनट 15 मिनट के तो हमको 500 मिलते नहीं है, हमको तो दिन भर के 500 मिलते हैं, और तुम 10 मिनट के 500 रुपये मांग रहे हो तो बड़ा बहुत ज़्यादा है, कुछ कम कर लो। उसने कहा नहीं जी, 500 से कम नहीं करेंगे। बहू ने कहा 200 रुपये ले लो। मान नहीं रहा था वो कि 200 रुपये में मान नहीं रहा था। तब तक उसकी सास निकल के आई तो बहू ने बताया कि ये मान नहीं रहा है, 200 रुपये दे रहे हो, मान नहीं रहा है। कोई बात नहीं, 200 बहुत ज्यादा, 50 रुपये दे दो। और सास ने 50 रुपये लेकर आई उसके पास और कहा लो 50 रुपये और जाओ। इसी बीच आपस में बहस चल रही थी कि कहाँ 200 मिल रहे थे, 50 पे आ गए। तभी लड़का आया। लड़का ने सबकी बात सुनी तो उसने कहा अरे अगर ये टॉयलेट साफ नहीं करता तो आप लोग कितना परेशान होते, या तो आप स्वयं साफ कर लेते। तो मांग रहा था, इसे 500 रुपये दीजिए, 500 रुपये दिलाया और 50 रुपये जो उनकी दादी जी दे रही थी, कहा ये टिप है भाई, जो तुम समय पर आकर ये काम। रेटिंग ऑफ द फार्मा इंडस्ट्री 3 पीढ़ियों की बात बता रहा हूं। समय वही है, कितना आप खर्च करना चाह रहे हैं, कैसा खर्च करना चाह रहे हैं। समय आगे बढ़ रहा है, आपको ये तय करना है कि 50 रुपये सही है, 200 रुपये सही है या 550 रुपये सही है। तो जब तक आप अपनी सोच विकसित नहीं करेंगे, आगे बात नहीं सुनेंगे, लिसनर की बात नहीं सुनेंगे, जो मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स हमारे यहाँ हैं वो आपको आगे बढ़ने का रास्ता बताने के लिए आए हैं। हम लोग इतना प्रयास कर रहे हैं कि आप जहाँ भी जाएं, जब आप सफल होंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं प्रत्यक्ष अप्रत्यक्ष रूप से हमें भी याद करेंगे, संस्थान को भी याद करेंगे। तो इसलिए इस सभा में जितने भी छात्र आए हैं, मैं उनसे अनुरोध करूंगा कि आप जो है इस समय का उपयोग करें। और मैं इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा जो इनाग्रेशन में सबसे पहले वंदना पे ख़त्म हो जाता था, लेकिन उसका विजुअल प्रोग्राम जो दिखाया, मन को केंद्रित किया, यहाँ पर बुद्धि को केंद्रित किया आपने। तो आप सभी छात्र जिन्होंने कल्चरल में भाग लिया वो भी बधाई के पात्र हैं, और जिन्होंने ऑर्गेनाइज किया वो बधाई के पात्र हैं। खासकर प्रिंसिपल साहब और इनकी टीम, डॉक्टर मालती आर्या, आप सभी को मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to request Honorable Professor Dr. P.S. Rajnikant sir to take the podium and please guide through your word of wisdom. Please, sir.
Respected today chief guest Professor N.K. Jain sir, really I didn't expect sir would have been over here, and thank you sir. Its introduction is not required for him. He is so senior and very eminent professor in the field of pharmacy. Almost most of us may be a student or maybe student of a student. Sir, really I feel very honored to be here and sitting in front of you along with you. Thank you for coming here. Respected director of this institute, Professor S.K. Singh sir. Respected Professor S.K. Gupta sir, principal of this institute, and Dr. Ravichandran is coming all the way from Malaysia. And also more than that, Dr. Mati Arya. She immediately called me. Really, I'm telling that if something is wrong, forgive me. I thought of no, it's a private college. Whether we are going, it's worth for the conference or not. But I would see that it's more than worth. I can wonder that a private college here really making such kind of conference arrangement over here. Thank you. All the all the dignitaries in the dais, and also all the dignitaries on of the dais. I don't remember all the name, Professor Alok sir, and all the faculty members, students, the faculty of the institutes. For everyone, I would like to convey my very good morning to all of you, and all the my best wishes to all of you. Uh, Normally, the conference will be happening for two major purposes. The first one is we all gather together, we will be meeting each other, and we can make the connection and network. The second purpose is sharing the knowledge. We are getting sharing the knowledge in the terms of either study, in the research, and we will be having the network, and we can improve our purpose. But in this conference, I hope the both purpose has been solved, because I could see that there are many eminent speakers there from the abroad as well as in India, and also the all the kind of arrangement is really very beautiful. I should thank the organizing committee, the chairperson of this organizing committee, Dr. Malti, and all the faculties. Really, the arrangement is very good, and my best wishes to all of you. Uh, I want to, give my wishes for all of you. Make successful this conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now it is privilege to invite the podium Professor Dr. Chandra sir. Please, sir, welcome.
Good morning to all. I would like to thank the organizing committee and the board of the institute for inviting me to deliver a talk here. Still, I am nervous because I never expect or imagine that I will sit nearby my professor, Professor N.K. Jain. Really, it's an immense pleasure for me, and I'm thankful to the organizing committee to make this wonderful chance for me to sit nearby. Yes, I know how is, and everyone know that I think in India, no pharmacy graduate without pronouncing his name in his pharmacy life, we cannot find anyone. Yes, that much he has done for our pharmacy. Even not here, even in Malaysia, everyone is following Csscp book. That way, thanks sir. And I take this opportunity to thank the organizing committee for the organization, well organized conference. Yes, just now Professor Rajnikant also told it is not that much easy to organize a conference by a private college, because we cannot get sponsor and lot of other things are there. But it is well organized, and the organizing committee people, they were there, well received us, and I take this opportunity to tell my best wishes to successfully complete this conference. Thank you, Anita.
Thank you so much, sir. Now it's time to await it from. Now it's my great honor to invite chief guest Professor Dr. N.K. Jain, sir. Please, sir, I'm also waiting you, sir. Please come on the podium.
A very good morning to all of you. Professor S.N. Singh sir, who is the chairman, my colleague Dr. Rajnikant, my colleague Dr. Ravichandran, principal of the college, Professor Gupta, organizer Professor Malti Arya, my colleague Professor Alok Mukherjee, Dr. Tiwari, Dr. Shom Mishra, all the people from the management, principal and staff of the college, invited guests, and dear students. It's a matter of pleasure for me to be here and to hear so many things about me which I did not know. I must congratulate the organizers for selecting a theme which is contemporary, and a visionary theme when we are talking about tomorrow. Then that means it is the vision. And how are we going to shape tomorrow? That will be the topic of my talk when I shall be speaking to you. I must congratulate the organizers for giving me this opportunity. I must thank them. I offer my respect to Sri, late Sri Chandra Shekhar Singh, who was the organizer and who was the main figure in establishing this college. And because of his dedicated efforts, I think this college has come up and all of us are sitting here. The organizing of a conference, as my colleagues have already told you, it's not an easy job. It requires a lot of efforts, a lot of planning, a lot of vision, and also the efforts of a complete team, whether it's the teachers or the students or outsiders, and all efforts are required. At this juncture, I will just talk to you about something which I think it is very simple, but at the same time, it's not so simple. It's a little complicated, and that's what I'm referring to. What is called the ethics. Ethics for us, ethics for pharmacy, ethics for everybody. Because whatever we see in the field, what is lacking, that is the ethics. Simple example I'll give you. I go to medical store to buy medicine, and there I feel that there's a lot of scope for applying the ethics. What is the ethics? First of all, the person who is there, who is serving, that is supposed to be the pharmacist. The pharmacist should have suitable qualification. You will find a certificate is there, but you will not find the person who is available there, who is sitting on the counter. He is mostly not the qualified person. That means what is happening? The owner that is not following the ethics, what they are required to have it, and also the person who has given his certificate. You understand what I'm talking? I am pharmacist. I'll give my certificate to somebody. They will use it in the shop and then carry out business. So it is unethical for me also. Third thing is the person who is sitting there, who is handling the prescription, who is giving the medication. He is mostly not qualified person. And then what happens that you can understand. What medicine they can read from the prescription, what medication they are giving to the patient, and what might happen to the life of the patient, that it is very difficult to imagine. This is basically a root cause of what is called as the medication errors. So the medication errors, they are attributed to many things, but one thing which I am telling you, that is the lack of ethics in all the concerned persons, and that is the root cause of these medication errors. Now, because you are a pharmacist, you should understand that the person who is sitting there on the counter, first of all, ethically, he should put on an apron or the lab coat, something like that. It has to be there so that it is identified the person is there. And I think day before only, I was reading some WhatsApp message. Message was that the person goes to a medical store. He asks the person on the counter to give me a piece of paper, and he starts writing something, jotting down something. The person on the counter, he sees what is there, and then he gives certain medicines. This person says that I have not asked for any medicine, what are you giving me? Sir, you have been writing medicine, I am giving you the medicine. I was just trying to see whether this pen is working or not. I have not written anything. How you have understood medicines are there and you have given the medicine, and you can imagine what is the fate of the persons who are taking this type of medicine. That is the ethics. Interesting happened when day before, three days back, I was in Meerut. I had gone for some official visit, and then I was just browsing the internet for the hotels which are available in that place. And good or bad, whether you appreciate or whatever you do, I found that, to my surprise. It was shocking to see that there were the categories of the hotels. So many categories were there. One of them was hotel for unmarried persons. That is the ethics. That ethics has gone to that particular extent. You can understand what is happening. I am concerned with the ethics which you are supposed to follow as the student, because unless you follow the ethics in your life, you will not be missing so many things, and also you will not be able to contribute to the profession. So as a student, you should understand what you are supposed to do. Why? Because ethics, no, it cannot be compelled upon you. It is not law. If it is law, anybody can say. For example, if you are having a medical store, I open a medical store in front of that. Ethically, I have not done anything wrong. It might harm you. Legally, they say that distance within a distance of this much, so many, say, kilometers or whatever, you should not open. You cannot open a medical store. But if I open a medical store and your say business is suffering, that is not unethical. What is unethical? If I start calling, come here, I will give 20% discount. That is unethical. If I am doing that, the other person says, I will give you 25% discount. Come here. That is unethical. So we should understand what is ethical, what is non-ethical, and also in your studies, for example, when you are whatever subject you are studying, you understand that there are many shortcuts which are available. Internet is given anything. Course books are there. One problem with me, I cannot appreciate what one generation of the students is doing. Lot of them, they are not going to library, they are not referring to the books, and also they are not trying to read so far as the deeper knowledge is concerned. Whatever knowledge you are getting from the Me Too books, so many books are there, and they don't have any substance, they don't have any standard, etc. If you study from those substandard books, what will happen to your students when you become a teacher? So, if you feel that yes, you are going to be a professional, first try to understand what is the ethics of their profession. Those who have studied forensic pharmacy or jurisprudence, they must have gone through the code of ethics. That is the code, that's what I told you. It is not a compulsion, it is not a law, but then it is code. And code is decided by a society. That's how we are following when certain things. For example, when we are in a family, we do certain things, we respect everybody. That is a conduct, code of conduct. When we move in the society, we have to follow certain norms. When we are going for a reception, some counters are there, we are supposed to follow certain norms. We are supposed to pick up something and eat at a distance, not there itself. This is also ethics. So this ethics which I am talking to, that is helpful to you in all walks of life, and try to consider it very, very seriously. Why are you having this uniform? Because you feel that you are following a certain ethics. That is the conduct. And this type of conduct, no, that should be reflected in all your, say, life. What we hear in the world, what many wrong things are there, that is because people have forgotten the ethics which they are supposed to follow in their life, in their business, or in their vocation. That is the thing which is really hampering the progress of all of us, and also that is reflected in terms of the conduct of the country, and also that gives the message regarding what conduct we follow, what ethics we follow, to what extent we are ethical, to what extent we are non-ethical. That all is very important for us to understand. And why I am telling you, because you are in a particular age group. So you call yourself as generation G, we call it generation Z, but then that gap remains there. But that gap should not be there in terms of the ethics. When I have been following ethics, you are also supposed to follow ethics, and your further generations and your children, would-be children, all are supposed to follow the ethics. And that is the responsibility of all of us to see that this really happens. So this is a serious concern to me, and I feel that all of you will try to understand, will try to appreciate what I'm talking to you, and also try to follow the ethics which you are supposed to follow as a student and as a enlightened citizen of India. Thank you very much. I wish the conference grand success, and I wish grand career to all of you. Once again, I thank the organizers for inviting me and allowing me to speak something. I'm very sure Gupta ji, whatever is told, that is not really applicable to me. उन्होंने बहुत सी तारीफ की है जो मैं उस लायक नहीं हूँ, बट गुप्ता जी को मैं एक से दो लाइन जरूर बोल सकता हूँ। दो लाइन ऐसी जो है कि जो आप सब हिंदी में बोल रहे थे तो मेरे को भी हिंदी में बोलना चाहिए थोड़ा सा। तो बहुत छोटी सी चीज़ है कि गुप्ता जी ने जो कहा है मुझे स्वीकार है, मगर मैं उस लायक नहीं हूँ। हम अपने हिस्से की जिंदगी तो जी चुके हैं चुन्नी बाबू, हम अपने हिस्से की जिंदगी तो जी चुके हैं चुन्नी बाबू, अब तो बस धड़कनों का लिहाज करते हैं। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सो मच सर। सर ने इतनी वंडरफुल शायरी से खत्म किया कि मुझे भी एक शायरी याद आ रही है। थैंक यू सर। अनुकृति उनकी जिसने आपको बनाया, अनुकृति उनकी जिसने आपको बनाया, ये समझ के उपमान में समाया। थैंक यू सो मच सर। Thank you much sir for wonderful speech, ethics of principle, physics of and humanity ethics, and how your hotels के बारे में जो बताया। Thank you so much sir. And now we have special gesture of gratitude, our esteemed guest speaker. These are beautiful gift hamper from Organic Tribe, a prime organic tribe skin care brand founded by one of our own faculty member, Dr. Himanshi. It pride to see a faculty not excel in academic but also manner into entrepreneurship. So I would like to invite Dr. Himanshi to present this organic child gift hamper as a token of appreciation. Please come, ma'am. Please come on the stage, ma'am.
हमारे लिए बहुत ही प्राउड का विषय है कि हमारी एक फैकल्टी मेंबर डॉक्टर हिमांशी जॉब के साथ साथ एक एंटरप्रेन्योर बन गई हैं। वो जॉब भी कर रही हैं और एक फैक्ट्री भी चला रही हैं, और इनके प्रोडक्ट जो हैं सारे सोशल सेलिंग प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर अवेलेबल हैं। इनकी क्वालिटी एक्सीलेंट है। ये ऑर्गेनिकली जो है बनाए गए हैं और टोटली नेचुरल हैं, केमिकल फ्री हैं। हिमांशी के इस प्रयोग को बाकी लोग भी अपने जीवन में उतारें, यह प्रेरणा का विषय है। आप लोग बहुत सारे प्रैक्टिकल्स क्लास में करते हैं, आप लोग बहुत सारी चीजें क्लास में बनाते हैं। ये सिर्फ विजन का विषय है। विजन लाइए और विजन लाके आगे बढ़िए। ये आगे बढ़ने का समय है। सभी बच्चों को मैं इस प्रेरणा को लेने के लिए प्रेरित करता हूं। थैंक यू।
Thank you everyone. Now I request to all, please come off the dais. Now I request to all dignitaries, please come off the dais. Now it's time to look a beautiful our journey, a short video presenting, created by talented, showcasing legacy of Chandra Shekhar Singh College of Pharmacy, Chandra Shekhar Singh College of Ayurvedic Sansthan called Shamli. It's video created by especially our student when teachers and faculty members is taught about it in college and when is doing the laboratory work. So I would like to share this video created by our student of Chandrasekhar Singh College of Pharmacy as well Chandrasekhar Singh College of Ayurvedic Sansthan. Can you have these video?
ओके स्टार्ट शुरू से स्टार्ट वॉइस ऑफ सिग्नल साउंड
Thank you so much. It's performed both national and international, inspired by Manori dance. The Bangar community Nepal traditional perform festival like Tihar and Vasai. Now I would like to inform beautiful fused to elements Garba dance, Rajasthani flow, and they display the joy of emotion, culture, celebration. Let's welcome to perform to the Garba dance on the stage.
वीडियो जो है पीछे करिए अरे रिवाइज हो गया
It's Garba dance and Rajasthani flow. It's a combine of national, international Rajasthani flows. Now, music system, please come on the stage. Please play the song.
प्ले करिए अरे म्यूटेड होगा यहाँ से
So we also, I mean, it is expected that we shall be able to overcome the hazardous chemicals, the effects due to hazardous chemicals and air and water, soil pollution and contamination by 2030. 2030, that is the target. What are the other goals? Development of research in the development of vaccines and medicines and access to affordable essential medicine and vaccines. You have seen what is the role of vaccines during the COVID. If vaccines were not there, you can imagine how many deaths would have been there. And India took a lead and they developed their own vaccines. That was a message to the whole world that we are sufficient enough and we can help the outside countries. I mean, the whole world we can feed the vaccines which are developed in India. That was our contribution that you can take
स्टार्ट करते
proud
वक्त
of.
करना था.
So we are also expected to provide access to all persons who are requiring them.
पॉइंटर का हुआ है.
This is the target for SDG 3, Sustainable Development Goal 3. That is whole aspect of health, healthy life and healthy style. To ensure healthy lives and promote well-being for all at all ages, and to achieve, again, I am trying to say, achieve universal health coverage. You know how many population, to what extent the population are served so far the health care is concerned. It's a very, I would say, alarming figure. We don't have access to all our people in India, other countries also. Everybody doesn't have health coverage. And equitable access of healthcare services to all, that is not there, that is expected to provide. And then you can put yourself where do you stand. Where do you stand in terms of health, in terms of healthcare, and in terms of healthcare system? Where do you stand? You have to understand. That is your call. That's my call to you. And why this is important? It is important because life expectancy is increasing. Why life expectancy is increasing? It is because of other things, but major factor is the availability of the drugs as well as the healthcare solutions. So just for an example, life expectancy in one country, that's Monaco, 86.5 years. In India it is 72.5 years, and in Nigeria it is 54.5 right now, and the world average is 73.5. That means we are across the world average, but at the same time other countries are ahead of us. And how are we going to attain those? That will be possible only through the healthcare solutions, sustainable healthcare solutions given by UN, and which we will also try to contribute. That will help us in increasing the life expectancy, and that will be possible only through the healthcare systems, sustainable healthcare solutions. Now for my younger students now, try to understand when we say about the healthcare solutions, drugs are most important. And why drugs are more important? Because the drug discovery is very, very tedious process. How it is tedious? Because if you think about discovering a new drug, today you think about discovering a new drug, naturally you have to go through synthesizing the compounds, and if you synthesize about 5,000 to 10,000 compounds, out of which 250 they go in the preclinical trial. And this takes almost 3 to 6 years. Right? After that, we go for IND, investigational new drug submission. This also takes about 6 to 7 years. But out of 10,000 compounds, only 250 have gone for preclinical trial, and 5 will come for clinical trials, 1, 2, and 3. And this is going to take, this whole clinical trial is going to take about 6 to 7 years. And then we go for new drug submission, new drug application, that is the NDA submission. And this is given to be given or submitted to the FDA for approval. This also takes about 0.5 to 2 years, and this goes for the review. And if everything is all right, then we might get one drug approved, and at the cost of about $1 to $2 billion and over 12 years. Then only it goes for post-marketing, and after that also there is not an end. Life cycle management, this is also also to be taken care. What happens after the product goes into the market? Whether the product remains stable, any problem is there, any undetected problems are there. All these life cycle management is to be done, and how you can understand how much important for us to come to the development of the new drugs. Why? Because new drugs development is very expensive, but at the same time it is highly desirable also. Unless we develop new drugs, we cannot overcome the new diseases, and therefore it is very, very important for us. And who will do it? You people. All pharmacists know they have to take a crucial role in development of the new drugs and bringing about new molecules in the market. In this, other things which are involved, this includes supply chain and also the regulatory affairs. An area which is much more, I would say, rewarding right now for the pharmacists who can take the access jobs in this area, that is the regulatory affairs, which is concerned with your forensic pharmacy or your jurisprudence, or beyond that, all regulatory requirements of the drugs and the pharmaceutical and their products, that is a part of regulatory affairs. It also involves the legal, finance, licensing, marketing, so many things are there. So, as pharmacists, you know what is the drugs, but you should also know what are the branded medicines and what are the generic medicines. First of all, you tell me, which is better? Branded medicine is better or generic medicine is better? I ask you. Raise the hand and tell. Branded is better. Anybody? Generic?
Generic, sir.
So, but people are there for branded and people are for... So, branded, raise the hands. How many people are there? And generic? So, more hands are there for branded. Right? So, you feel that branded medicines are better than the generic medicines. Most of the population also feels like that. Most of the physicians also feel like that. Even most of the pharmacists also feel like. But it is unfortunate that we have this type of feeling. In fact, branded medicine and generic medicine, let us see how do they really compare. Branded medicines are basically the patent medicines, which only the patentee or the person who is patented can exploit so far as the marketing rights are concerned. And generic medicines, these are the ones which are equivalent in terms of safety, efficacy, dosage and use. They are equivalent in terms of all these things so far as the branded drugs are concerned. But these are not patented. Patented means the drug which is patented will have monopoly rights for selling at their own cost during the period of patent. After that, when it goes off patent, then only somebody can make the drug and bring it in the market in the form of a generic medicine. So generic medicines is also known as the multi-source pharmaceutical product because many people can make it. There's not necessary that only single person, single manufacturer will make it because it is non-patented, off-patent drug, and hence it becomes a multi-source pharmaceutical product. Branded name is only single source or the unisource. So branded generic is another drug. For example, metformin, that is the generic drug for diabetes, but its brand name is glucophage. One thing you have to remember, the generic medicine may be manufactured by different manufacturers. So many people can manufacture and they can market it as their brand or commodity generics, and they have quite variable prices. What do I mean by this? I'll tell you. Why I say that there is no difference in the branded and generic names. Our generic drugs are also equivalent to branded drugs. Why? It is because till April 2017, the things were, the scenario was different. In 2017, before 2017, there was no statutory requirement. That means it is not officially required that the drugs companies, they will have to prove the bioequivalence of their drugs. This concept was introduced in 2017, on 3rd of 2017, that the generic drugs manufactured. Bioequivalence testing that became mandatory for manufacturers for generic medicines and under the Drugs and Cosmetic Act and rules. That means if the drug is bioequivalent, all my students they can understand. If two drugs are bioequivalent, they are equal to each other. So far as therapeutic effect is concerned. So if a generic drug is bioequivalent to a branded drug, then it is also equivalent. And hence, don't say that generic drugs are inferior or branded drugs are superior. Those days have gone and there is no basis because they are both bioequivalent. They are proven to be bioequivalent. Now just to make a comparison, in case of branded and generic drugs, active ingredient, there is no difference. They are same, exactly same. Price, yes. Price of the generic drug is almost 80 to 90%. Starting to 20 to 80%, the price cut is there. I mean, the prices are lower as compared to the branded drugs. So don't say that branded drugs are better. They are not better, but at the same time, that is more costly also. Then insurance, you forget about it. Inactive ingredient. Inactive ingredient is not therapeutically active, hence it can be different. So it's a question of the formulator who can include anything as the inactive ingredient, but this is to be acceptable by the regulatory agency like your FDA. Then dosage and strength, there is no difference. Appearance, etc., that doesn't matter much, so long as the therapeutic effect is there. Branded drug and generic drugs, they are same. They are equivalent to each other. And at the same time, in case of generic drug, you have lot of advantage that they are very, very cheap. So what do we understand? All go through approval. That means there is no difference in that. Medication, brand medication is innovator or pioneer and gets patent and exclusivity right. That means no other person can use it. Generic must have the same strength, dose, route of administration, active ingredients as the brand. That's what I told you just now. And if these things are there, then where is the difference between the two? Except that there is the difference, that is in terms of the cost. So branded drugs are highly priced and the generic drugs are highly cheaper. Now what I was talking about ethics, no? What I mean to say so far as these things are concerned, when we say about the ethics so far as generic medicine and branded medicine is concerned, Indian Medical Association, they have recommended what? Every physician should prescribe drugs with generic names legibly and preferably in capital letters. That is what Indian Medical Association, IMA. That is their understanding also. They have also agreed that yes, there is no problem in this. Then Directorate General of Health Services, they have also given the similar thing. They have recommended to hospitals to prescribe generic medicines only. Under the Free Drug Initiative of National Health Mission, NHM, support is provided for provision of essential generic drugs free of cost in public health, and it is not for the branded drugs. It is only for the essential generic drugs. And also what I recommend, when prescription is written by the physician, it should be written in legible writing, means people can understand. Preferably it should be typed 1, preferably it should be in capital letter, and also what is more important, it should be in the regional language. Then only medication errors will be minimized. This is a serious concern. A person who cannot read, he goes to the medical store, take the medication and comes back. The person on the counter could not explain much because they don't have time. Physician is never having any time. Then the patient comes and then he tries, oh, this was the tablet for TID, this was BID, this is white color, this is yellow color, and he is always totally confused. This leads to what is called as the medication errors. And these medications can be minimized by the use of this thing. If every prescription is given a printed thing, it is in capital letters, and also it is given for generic prescription, generic drugs, then all the problems will be over, and the government and the patient will be saved a burden. This is a great burden to the patient because the person is going to suffer if it is not clearly understood by the user. In this case, I will also like to quote one important scandal in pharmacy. Scandal means, बड़ा बड़ा जो कांड हो जाता है ना, बहुत बड़ा कांड है ये. This is the example of बड़ा बड़ा कांड, बहुत बड़ा कांड है. This is this known as the thalidomide scandal. Thalidomide that was introduced in 1953 by Swiss pharma company Ciba, and this was marketed by Chemie Grünthal, Germany company in 1956. Remember this date. It was marketed in 1956. What happens in 1956? This becomes a great scandal. This has caused a great disaster and the greatest, I would say, episode, darkest episode. Why? Because this drug, thalidomide, this was marketed as a mild sleeping pill. It was there in the market. And it was considered to be safe even for pregnant women. It was claimed to be there. However, it caused thousands of babies worldwide to be born with malformed babies. Malformed babies में किसी हाथ पैर नहीं थे, किसी हाथ टेढ़े थे, किसी मुंह टेढ़ा था, किसी का धड़ नहीं था, किसी का सिर नहीं था, something like that. So what happened with this drug? Many children in 1960s were born with copomelia as a side effect of the drug thalidomide, resulting into this particular problem. And this was basically in the limbs. जो उनके हाथ पैर होते हैं ना, उनमें ज़्यादा प्रॉब्लम थी. The damage was revealed in 1962. So 1953, 1956, and 1962. 1962, it came to the light. Yes, this is a problem. This is the problem due to this drug, thalidomide. So this, as a result of this, what happened in United States? No death was there because the drug was not sold, not allowed to be sold in US. Where these deaths were there, 10,000, more than 10,000 deaths were there. They were there in Europe because in Europe this drug was allowed to be marketed. It was not allowed in USA to be marketed. And as a result, in USA they brought out what is called as the Hatch-Waxman Act. This was through 1984, and this introduced the generic pharmaceutical approval that became necessary so far as the pharmaceuticals are concerned. This act established legal and economical foundation for today's generic pharmaceutical industry. So I was talking about generic, I have come to generic. Why this generic has come? This is the genesis. Because you can understand that all the generic drugs will not have all these problems. And when the US law, they wanted to have control over this, then they started all these things. This is for my students, this is very, very useful. Kapor-Harris Amendment 9, revolutionized drug development. This was the amendment in 1962 in US, and this figure is showing that time President John Kennedy is handing over the pen. He signed 1962 amendment, and this on this side, this is a lady. Lady is Frances Kelsey, and the product which was to be marketed, but could not be marketed in US, that is the Caboton. Devastation of thalidomide, a sedative used to treat morning sickness in pregnant women, caused all these defects in Europe, Canada, and other countries except USA. Why USA? Why not USA? Because it was not allowed to be marketed in USA. Why? Because of this lady, Frances Kelsey. She was recruited in this FDA very recently, and she was given this job. This is a product which is to be launched in USA. This is already approved in European countries, etc. Just look into that. So normally what happens, हमारे इधर पे जो भी नया रिक्रूटमेंट होता है ना, ड्रग इंस्पेक्टर जैसे होता है, उसके पास जाएगा, अरे भाई ये यूएसए में होना है और उधर पे अप्रूव्ड है, हाँ बिल्कुल कर देंगे सर, आपका काम होगा तो हो ही जाएगा, वो तो कोई बात नहीं है. This lady was insistent to prove that this is safe. This is safe for women. and it will not be transferred to through the mother to the children. And this is what she told. You have to prove. You bring the proof and I will approve it. They could not bring the proof and they said, lady said, no, nothing doing. You are approved in say European countries, be happy with that. But USA, I'm not allowing. All the pressures आप जो आप समझ सकते हैं जो नया रिक्रूटिंग होते हैं ना उसके ऊपर क्या क्या प्रेशर आते हैं और कैसे कैसे वो काम करते हैं. But this lady was very adamant. She told, she put her foot down. No means no. I cannot allow unless you prove that it is safe. So far as the pregnant women are concerned. इसकी जो प्रॉब्लम हुई थी थैलेडोमाइड यही हुई थी कि वो जो प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज थी उनको इस मॉर्निंग सिकनेस के लिए ये टैबलेट थी और उनको लगता था कि इससे थोड़ा आराम रहेगा प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज को. जिन्होंने वो ड्रग यूज की उन सब को मोस्टली ये प्रॉब्लम हुई बट नॉट इन यूएस. So Frances Kelsey, she did not accept this particular application and the person was rejected because she was interested in showing that you have to prove that the drug, whether it is crossing the placenta and provides nourishment to a developing fetus along with the drug, that thalidomide, yes or no. Then they had no reply. This is the basic strategy. The case study period was 1958 to 61. 46 mothers who delivered D.Pharm babies and control were 300 mothers and conclusion 41 out of 46 months mothers of D.Pharm babies had thalidomide during their early pregnancy. Means 46 mothers जो प्रेग्नेंट थी जिन्होंने इस ड्रग को यूज किया था उसमें से 41 मदर्स ने जो बच्चों को जन्म दिया उनको डिफॉर्मिटी थी. That was so serious a defect. ये देखिए आप जो डिफॉर्म बच्चे थे वो ऐसे पैदा हुए थे. It's really scaring to see also. But ऐसे बच्चे एक्चुअली पैदा हुए थे उस जमाने में. And it was because of that drug thalidomide. तो इससे क्या हमको लेसन मिलता है? Thalidomide was never marketed in the United States largely due to the stubborn skepticism of FDA's Frances Kelsey, जिसने कह दिया कि हम इसको अलाउ नहीं करेंगे और इससे यूएसए में किसी की ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई. और इसका रिजल्ट ये हुआ कि कैपा और हैरिस ड्रग अमेंडमेंट ये पास हुआ यूएसए में और उसी से फिर ये हमारी जो दूसरी चीजें शुरू हुई. आज जो हम कहते हैं जीएमपी गुड मैनेजमेंट प्रैक्टिसेस, ये इसका जेनेसिस, इसका जनक वहां से शुरू होता है. That you have to understand. That's what I told that my students, so they must understand what I'm talking. And when we are talking about sustainable healthcare solutions, we should understand the role of drug and also we should understand how these drugs are made and marketed. ये डॉक्टर फ्रांसिस कैल्सी इनको जो है यूएस प्रेसिडेंट का distinguished federal civilian award मिला था in 1962 when John F. Kennedy he was the vice president. This lady died at the age of 101 in 2015. अभी 10 साल पहले इसकी डेथ हुई थी. She was basically Canadian but she worked in US. Highest honor given to a civilian in the US. Second woman to ever receive the award. तो गवर्नमेंट ने भी उसको इतना रिकॉग्नाइज किया कि इसका कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत बड़ा है. सो फॉर द हेल्थ केयर ऑफ द नेशन इज कंसर्न्ड दैट दे ऑनर्ड हर विद द ग्रेटेस्ट ऑनर इन यूएस. तो इससे थैलिडोमाइड से बहुत सारी चीजें हैं उसके अंदर जो भी हुआ तो उसको आप देख लीजिए इंटरनेट पे. एवरीथिंग इज अवेलेबल. ट्राई टू गो थ्रू इट.